It's snakes out there this big.
Maybe you can hum the theme song, won't hold it against you if you get parts wrong. While the memory's not too strong, there's a piece of you from a time long gone. So while these fuzzy warm feelings remain, the question we ask is still the same. Is it a treasure or just plain lame? Is this still good? Hello and welcome to this episode of Is This Still Good? A podcast about removing nostalgia goggles and revisiting childhood treasures. Today, I'm Gavin Murray, unlike yesterday.
We're all different people every day.
And with me, I've got... Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Sage Bilderback.
There you are.
Yeah, that's me. Sage.
And
Seamus
that...
Calder. I'm supposed to say my own name. That makes sense.
Yeah, we were going to get to you eventually.
You jumped the line.
Seamus, what did you bring for us to watch today?
Oh, Anaconda. The 1997 cinematic classic, Anaconda, starring Jennifer Lopez and Ice Cube.
And did you see this when it came out in 1997?
Oh, yeah. This was everywhere in 1997.
And you would have been 8, I'm assuming?
Yeah, it was like 8 or 9, yeah. It was a popular one for sleepovers.
It's one of those lullaby films, like a Terrence Malick.
Yeah, it's really it's a calming force in the universe. Really just assures you as a child, helps you go to bed. Also, just, when you're a kid, Ice Cube is the coolest, so. And then as an adult, Ice Cube is still the coolest, so. Yeah,
that is true. He is a different kind of cool now, watching him in this movie and a lot of other stuff in the 90s where he's not, like, Straight Outta Compton Friday, one of his own projects. Like, it is very weird to just see that in the middle of the jungle.
And it was great. The movie's great for that, too, because they're just like, hey, my homegirl from, South Central. And it's like, great. We've completely established that Ice Cube is just Ice Cube.
Yeah, it does just share a universe with real life where, Ice Cube's a rapper and also a cameraman for a doc.
Yeah.
They have him wearing a Dodgers hat at one point, which is like, fine. But, they should have, I would have preferred a Raiders cap. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. Just have him be full Ice Cube.
Yeah.
But he's an SC student. Like, it's, I don't know, Dodgers fits, I guess.
No, Dodgers does fit. It was just...
I think Seamus has his own personal convictions about that team in particular.
Yeah.
And Sage, did you grow up on this movie too?
Grew up's probably a strong thing. I'm trying to remember. I did watch a lot of movies as a kid, but my parents pretty restrictive. So this movie came out when I was like 9 or 10. Definitely couldn't have seen it before I was 13. My parents didn't really let me watch any movies before I was 13. Any PG-13 movies, I should say. But I think I saw it like as soon as I could. I remember this one was just on the backboard. I'm like, oh, Anaconda, that seems awesome.
It's like I just can't wait until I'm 13 and my parents can let me watch this movie.
I'm exaggerating. They probably like laxed up at like 11 or something. But I did not see it in theaters is the very roundabout thing that I'm trying to say. But I remember liking this movie. It didn't stick out to me as a treasure for better or for worse at the time. Because I could not judge the quality of a movie when I was 11. Or 16.
Do you feel qualified now?
I feel more qualified. Sir, I have my own podcast where we talk about if things are good or not. I am as qualified as you can get.
Okay. All right.
I feel like the 11's the best time to judge movies because everything is good, effectively, and then something's bad, and years later you're like, yeah, that really was bad.
See, I'm trying to think of anything I thought was bad at 11 that wasn't like literally made for 3-year-olds.
I didn't like U571.
The Widowmaker? No.
No.
U571, The Widowmaker.
No, U571 is U571. Matthew McConaughey's a subway or a submarine captain. It's like
he captains the subway.
This subway's going down.
I mean, no, this isn't the Denzel Washington Runaway Train movie. God, no. No, yeah, he's like a submarine captain or something. But it's
that's headed directly to the Chrysler Building.
The Quiznos opens up right next door.
That's like, okay, guys, that's literally the plot of that Runaway Train movie. It's like, yes, the train was running like straight to like the Chrysler Building or like
wrong way on a one-way track.
Yes, they were driving that train high on cocaine.
Oh man, that's a recipe for disaster.
That was a behind-the-scenes thing.
As a Subway chef, you should know better.
It's a sandwich artist.
Yeah, that's artistry, man.
I meant no disrespect. Please do not write in.
What were we talking about?
Oh yeah, this movie called Anaconda. I thought I'd seen this movie This is just one of those movies that I assumed I had seen at some point and forgotten, and I don't think I've seen this movie before. I think I was wrong.
Have you seen any other snake movie that's like came out at about the same time?
You know,
Did you grow up snakeless?
I think I grew up, like, I had a pet snake, but I think the snakes on the silver screen just weren't there in my childhood.
Well, you got Indiana Jones.
True, Indiana Jones, the man hates snakes.
Why'd it
Why's it
have
gotta-
to be anacondas? That classic line.
I definitely, like, every time this movie was being described to me, I was thinking about Deep Blue Sea, which is not snakes. But after seeing Anaconda, it does feel like they just kind of kept copying and pasting a similar structure.
Yeah, no, there are a lot of movies like this that came out at this time, most of which I haven't seen, but I'm aware of like Arachnophobia and Eight-Legged Freaks and
Right.
Deep Blue Sea and I guess
Eight-Legged
Snakes on a
Freaks
Plane's much later.
shares
but-
some cast. That was something I was surprised to see. And Eight-Legged Freaks was much later, though. I loved that movie. I remember when that came
Alien
out.
Freaks is a treasure.
Yeah, delightful. Arachnophobia, I think I also saw late. Didn't really stick with me as much, mostly because it's just not Eight-Legged Freaks. But not all the movies can be.
Wait, with John Goodman?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, dude, Arachnophobia is amazing. It's
The spiders are so much smaller, though.
Yeah, but you got Jeff Daniels and just like funny ass John Goodman, and the movie it's Frank Marshall.
which is
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank.
that
yeah.
is who?
Oh, he's a film producer. He's like one of the founders. He's one of the founders of like he works on all the Spielberg movies, like Amelie.
Okay.
and
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
But he's married to Kathleen Kennedy, who is fucking up Star Wars
Okay.
and stuff.
Right, sure.
All right.
Rip your nerd rage out of this, Seamus.
Tell us how you really feel.
That was no, it's okay. Ever since Rise of the Skywalkers,
Return of the Rise of Skywalker.
yeah, whatever it was. I think the general consensus has been that those movies are bad now, and so like I'm not mad. I feel validated and vindicated.
I think
Okay.
enough of them are bad that you've got very valid points.
Exactly. Like no,
Yeah.
nobody's calling me crazy for not liking Kylo Ren anymore.
Well, speaking of snakes,
Oh,
Yeah, well done.
you're thinking of Smokes.
and actually, I feel bad about that. That was not deserved. Yeah, so I'd never seen this movie, so I guess I'll kind of lead us through this as best I can, because it was a journey.
You take us on a journey into a river, a heart of darkness type, if you will.
So the movie opens with a paragraph about how not only do pythons squeeze the life out of you and eat you, but they also vomit you up to eat you again,
That's
which
Anaconda,
made
not
me
pythons,
excited because
right?
I knew that was going to come up.
In case you didn't know what movie you turned on, like it makes it painfully clear right from the beginning.
Also, did you just say pythons, Gavin?
I might do that a lot.
Yeah, this
Gavin's
is
gonna fuck up the science behind this movie a
No,
lot.
I just want to make sure we're clear. This is there's only one snake in this movie, and it is an
Well,
anaconda.
There are many
there are a
snakes
lot
in
of
There are many
anacondas.
snakes in this movie, but there's only one.
but
we're
there's
talking
one
about.
snake. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
I
only
get
one
what
that
you're
the
saying.
movie is named after.
We open on Danny Trejo, looking pretty svelte. And, looks. I'm just not used to seeing him like that healthy looking, I guess is what I would call it.
It's weird because he's like young, but he still looks like he's in his 50s.
Yeah,
But this is like, what's Danny Trejo's star power at this point? Like, this is post Desperado.
he
He's
was
been in like some.
Yeah,
Robert
he was
Rodriguez stuff.
credited like in the opening titles, so I knew he was coming. We see Danny Trejo looking real paranoid, and then the ground beneath him jumps up at him, and he watches nails like fly in front of his vision in slow motion.
I mean, that shot's pretty great.
And then he climbs a ladder, shooting back at the camera, which is pretty fun. And then we get this beautiful kind of like Titanic-esque, I'm on the edge of the world, or whatever that line is.
King of the world.
But instead he shoots himself in the head.
I am the Hollow King. I believe that's the quote from Titanic.
Oh, I had that way off then. But this is also like the first time we get snake vision, which I was very excited about. That I'm just like, oh, okay. So this is like post-Halloween, and we're just going to have a bunch of snake vision in this movie. I'm down. And from there, we meet J-Lo and Ice Cube chilling on a boat.
Yeah, I truly love that opening scene. I think the opening sequence and the ending sequence of this movie are phenomenal. in my notes, normally I'm just writing down all the goofy things and all the things I roll my eyes out. And this time I just wrote down like every time I thought there was a genuinely good piece of filmmaking. It's a short list, but it exists. There's some great stuff in this movie. I mean, there's some very fun stuff that I like for different reasons, but there's some good stuff.
Yeah.
I told you it's a gem. It's a gem. This is a gem of a film.
Well, did you guys remember that Danny Trejo was in this movie?
No. Of course not.
Okay,
No.
just checking. Again, like I don't I remember. I hadn't seen this. So let me roll.
I only
into...
remembered 3 people in this movie.
Did you remember Mateo?
4 actually. No, I didn't. I did. I assumed there was a captain, and
I have thoughts on Mateo.
And then I thought it was Shorty Mola for having it.
Would you say what are my thoughts on my thoughts on
please.
Captain Mateo?
Let's talk
Tell
about
us
Mateo.
about the Jefe.
With his thick Colombian accent from a Cuban actor in the middle of Brazil. I have a lot to say about the geography of this movie.
I mean, I just have a lot to say about
place.
this movie in general, really.
So talk about Mateo. Start saying.
Okay, so my thing about Mateo is that because he's so obviously your first death character, but then they also do a good job of kind of making Owen Wilson such a shithead that he seems like he's the first death character.
Mm-hmm.
Then Mateo just dies, and it's like whatever, and it's kind of just it doesn't further anything. He's just dead, and it's the way they reveal that
There's a snake in these waters.
Yeah, well, and it also reveals John Voight was in cahoots with Danny Trejo and Mateo to find the snake.
And at this point, we are out of brown people in this movie.
Yeah. No,
that takes place in Brazil.
Well, yes.
I'm sorry. They've got the one Latin captain, and Danny Trejo's dispatched in the first scene. So already your Mexican and Cuban actors have been dispatched from the jungle.
Well, the other thing about Mateo is that he feels like if this was adapted from a book or something into a TV show, Mateo feels like a filler episode character. Like Mateo's there just to get like in The Walking Dead, they threw in random characters who would just be like, yeah, we'll just give him an episode and then we'll kill him in 2. Just
So you're saying he's snake fodder.
exactly. But if
put on this red shirt and check this barn.
But it's like he just feels like an afterthought to the movie too, though. Like they were just like, let's do a first kill before we kill Owen Wilson.
It does feel like if they needed to cut a character, he would be gone.
Exactly. Like he's so uninvolved in the majority of the movie. Also, he's like the captain of the boat in the second that was it Syrah or whatever, John Voight shows up. Immediately he's like, Mateo, go that way, and everyone's like, yeah. Do what he said, Mateo.
Do what he says. There are times where they treat him like he's in charge, and there are times where they forget they exist. I mean, this whole movie takes place on a boat, and it's weird that not every character is in every scene.
It also feels like it's Mateo's boat, but at no point does anybody go hey Mateo, what do you recommend with your boat?
Yeah,
he's just there, and they're constantly yelling at him. Like every time something is needed for the first 15 minutes of the movie, anytime something's needed, they're like, Mateo, get this. And again, it's like, you're on his boat. This man is piloting you down the Amazon River, but you're asking him to do minor things like scale fish and shit.
Right. And later on, they explain how easy it is to drive this boat. So easy that anyone can do it.
It's like driving a Cadillac.
They just toss the keys to Ice Cube and let him figure it out. And
Granted,
I wanted to get a
the
scene where they
actually
turn that boat around in the river because they just skipped that. And there's got to be a 7-point boat turn.
That was the one thing missing from that movie is that
it's the only problem.
It's it's a very short movie. It's like an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah. It's as long as it needs to be.
There's 30 minutes that is every time they had to do the 7-point turn with this boat that first off, I know it's real, but just the concept of backing up a boat is weird to me somehow.
I'd also like to jump in and amend my earlier claim about all the brown people dying, which completely neglected that Jennifer Lopez is in this movie.
I was
as
waiting
arguably
to
the
see
main
if you were
character.
gonna bring,
I kind of was hoping
not,
you were gonna get
not my
there.
proudest moment.
It's okay,
Anyway, Jennifer Lopez, our strong female lead.
Right. Ice Cube, our intrepid cameraman. We've got the dad from Jumanji, / the hunter.
Yes, and then fired Marty McFly, Eric Stoltz, the I don't know.
I kept forgetting he was in this
Bo
movie.
McFly. Yeah. I mean, his hands are still in the movie in a lot of shots.
Yes.
And yeah, Owen Wilson, who I didn't read coded as douchebag immediately. I was just kind of like, oh, I want to ruffle Owen Wilson's hair.
I
No,
mean,
he's
I'm
at first
definitely.
he's kind of adorably like, early Owen Wilson. But the thing was, early Owen Wilson was like first guy killed in horror movies. It was Anaconda and then House on Haunted Hill.
See, I missed this
That's
chapter of
not
his
how I
career.
think of Owen Wilson. I will say, like, everything you're going to say about Owen Wilson, I'm very biased and defensive of, because Owen Wilson plays the sound guy doing a documentary in this movie. And in real life, I play a sound guy.
No. There's just it's that one scene where he's kind
So
of
it's
a douche.
infallible.
No, there's just the one scene where he's kind of a douche, and it sets him up as like, oh, he's gonna get his comeuppance right here.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of
rest of
scenes
the
where
movie,
he's a douche.
Fine.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. I think his first line of the movie though is he's like, "It's just me, or does this jungle make you horny?"
Yeah.
It's not his first line, but it's an early line, and I would say it's the best line of the movie.
Right. So, and
wouldn't argue
also
with
is
you.
Owen Wilson's.
We can argue. That's why we're here.
No. I agree with you.
Oh, okay.
What is that woman's job on the documentary crew?
She's the
She's
producer.
the production manager.
Oh, okay.
She introduced her to, but I mean, I'm assuming on something like that that's also scripted. It's kind of, I mean, you've worked on a lot of documentaries. There are crews of 5 or 6, and there's kind of the person whose title
Right.
is producer, but they have to do 8 things.
Right. Yeah, and that's definitely how she's kind of coded.
Yeah.
It's Carrie Wooher from Eight-Legged Freaks.
Oh,
and
right.
later seasons of Sliders.
she is production. She is the whole production
the
department.
I
entire
think
department.
it's very convenient with that crew is that they're like a 6-person crew, and 4 of them are dating and 2 of them just are unknowingly going to be best friends by the end of the movie.
Yeah. Everyone on that boat is trying to fuck each other.
I
It's
mean,
kind
there's
of
something
unreal.
about the jungle, it just makes you horny.
Yeah, I've worked on a lot of doc stuff, and that rarely happens. I mean, I worked for Vice a lot, and you'd think if that was going to happen anywhere, it'd
I've
be
heard
on a
the
Vice
rumors.
set. Nah, they've cleaned their act up, unfortunately.
Is that really how we want to frame it? Unfortunately,
Yeah, let's.
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Keep hiring me,
boy.
Vice. Don't look up this podcast. You're great. You're my favorite client.
Well, so anyway, we're off with the dad from Jumanji and J-Lo directing this documentary out on a boat because they're hunting for the tribe in the mists or whatever they're called.
let's just
I mean, I think they're
agree
hunting
that
them,
we're
yeah.
not going to try to say the name of the tribe. Like, I think we know we're going to butcher it. Let's not try. And I don't remember it in the first place.
Yeah.
Yes.
And early on, we're treated to the dangers of the jungle, which include very placid panthers that just kind of hang out and get attacked by giant snakes.
Would you say they're like Lake Placid panthers, or like what type of Placid panthers?
Apparently, there was a crossover later where
What?
Lake Placid fought Anaconda.
Lake Placid Conda?
Like
Yep.
Placid, like
Wait, like
the
the whole
Placid
lake?
alligator.
I mean, that is the title. The title of the movie is Lake Placid versus Anaconda. I don't know.
Oh,
I didn't look
man.
on any further. But anyway, we're treated to probably the worst of the fight scenes in the movie, where like an animatronic panther just has a snake lock onto it, and then it looks like the cameraman kind of just shook around and shimmied for a little while.
You've clearly never
Yeah.
tussled with an anaconda.
I mean, that's mostly true. I've got jungle stories to share with you guys at some point. I've got my own like snake stories.
Where you
Everybody
wrestled
likes
an
a good
anaconda and
snake
then lit it
story.
on fire, and then we're chased by a flaming anaconda.
No, nothing like that. This is so there are anacondas are much smaller than you see in this. Spoiler alert for life. I
Some
haven't
of
come
them.
across like the legendary one that you have to unlock and like do a couple quests before you can hunt the legendary
gotta blow
anaconda.
up the
I'm not
right
there
dam.
at that point in my life. But like I went to Venezuela with my parents like 9 or 10 years ago, and we did a kayak trip up the Orinoco for almost a week. Mom got sick and got helicopters out, but Dad and I kept going with the rest of the team. And at some point, I was asking our tour guide if it was safe to swim in the water, and he goes, "Yeah, of course." So we jump in the water, and he goes, "I mean, there's anacondas." It's a very good joke.
Did he also have John Voight's accent?
And then John Voight showed up, and like things turned to shit.
I don't know what it is. John Voight is the king of the bad times on a river movie, though.
Wait, are there more John Voight is a dick on a river movies?
Well, he's not really a dick on it. It's just, their friend gets killed by hillbillies. Deliverance.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Which I also
Ding, ding,
haven't
ding,
seen.
ding, ding, ding. Oh, man, Gavin, how are we friends? How are we friends?
I have other good qualities. Just don't list them out loud, We don't need to spend time on this. We can move on.
He's very good at falling asleep during movies.
Dude is a snoozer during movies.
He's a
Anyway,
sleepy boy.
I watched this in the morning, though, and I was entirely awake.
Oh, good. Get that coffee
I
going.
went and saw the new Godzilla, with the remake Godzilla with Gavin. He fell asleep like 20 minutes into it, woke up about half an hour before it ended, and he said, I don't know, it felt kind of short.
Oh my god.
I feel like my criticisms are valid, but we'll move on. We're just drifting along. We run into John Voight hanging out on a boat, looking very laissez-faire about, and then there's a thrilling jump from boat to boat, and we're introduced to John Voight and his particular accent.
Which is geography time.
I thought he sounded like he comes from Tommy's planet. He's like the Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah,
he
he claims he's like Portuguese, I think is what he says.
No, he's from Paraguay.
Paraguay.
Which, there's not. I only know a little bit about Paraguay because it's one of those incredibly poor countries that I've met 2 people from Paraguay, and I've almost been to the border of Argentina with Paraguay, and still have only met 2 people in my life from Paraguay. So I have a hunch that they hired him to be from Argentina, and the accent wasn't just quite there, so they made it Paraguay. So
just because it's a more mysterious
it's a similar,
sounding...
it's also an unidentifiable accent, so it's really covering your tracks.
I think
which seems unnecessary in a movie that takes place in Brazil where everyone's still just speaking Spanish. I don't think there's any Portuguese in this movie.
It's the thing I can't shake is it's just the way he looks and the way he acts and everything about the voice. This feels like this was the best role Tommy Wiseau could have had.
Oh my god! I would
it's exactly that in between New Orleans and Transylvania.
But this is also
him,
this is like if Tommy Wiseau was a good actor.
Yeah,
this is the peak of his acting ability.
I love a lot of what John Voight's doing in this movie.
It's a bad John Voight performance. The peak Tommy Wiseau.
Well, hold up.
is a bad Paraguayan John Voight. I think that's what I'm trying to say about Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah. One of my friends was trying to show up himself and just shit on his Paraguayan accent as if he knew what he's talking about. And I want to say that my friend also did the same thing for Blood Diamonds with Leonardo DiCaprio, just saying that he's doing a terrible South African accent, which isn't true because DiCaprio is not South African in that movie. He is from Rhodesia, which is a similar but totally different accent.
So your friend knows how to have a good time.
My friend's a dick. We don't talk anymore.
What do you think of Dijman Hansu's accent? That was pretty fake.
Is that how you say that name?
Dijman Hansu?
Oh, cool. Yeah, now I know. I like it. His accent? I assume it's fine.
Wait, who's he playing Anaconda? I'm confused.
What?
We're floating along the river, our intrepid group of travelers, when they happen along a boat that might have fuel in it. Wait, yeah, why they just lost all their fuel for some reason?
They lost all their fuel during an Anaconda attack.
Oh, they blew up the dam. That's right.
Yeah, they blew up the dam, and that resulted in a bunch of snakes raining on everybody. And then a
lot of fuel dropped over, unless it was some sort of sabotage. I don't know.
Yeah, everything but one tank of the fuel fell off the boat.
Is our blonde guy already?
Yeah,
dead?
he got.
Oh, that's right.
He got the wasp in the mask or whatever.
I was so confused by that because he jumps into the water after they get attached to a tree.
They explain the there's a fish that'll go up your urethra and explode, and they have to just cut your dick off to get it out.
Yeah, it's you just got to cut it out, and then John Voight's the king of just giving a look at the end of any sort of description of horrible, beastly. He just looks at J-Lo and he goes, "Huh?"
Well, and then the thing is then not even 2 minutes later, Eric Stoltz is in the water and he gets it looks like he's getting attacked by something, and so I don't think I'm alone in being oh, he got the penis fish.
He's getting that penis fish.
We're gonna watch Eric Stoltz get castrated in this movie.
I thought it was gonna crawl into his throat.
See, I assumed it was an anaconda, and they were just much smaller than I thought, and the movie was going to be kind of disappointing.
Anacondita.
Anacondas, but they're not threatening. We just look at them.
Yes. Or like they've got like Medusa stairs or something. There's a lot of interesting ways this could have gone. They're in a mystical jungle, and it's almost disappointing that it's just a giant anaconda.
I was not
But yeah,
disappointed. But
Okay.
It isn't really made very clear, but I think it's implied that John Voight like sabotaged it. But there's like a wasp in his throat or something, and so he gives him like tracheotomy to like
Right.
save his life.
thus
So
proving an essential and really the only person capable of surviving this jungle, but also really setting up the fact that like he's making sure they all rely on him. He's slowly removing anyone of competence from the boat.
So since Eric Stoltz is about to disappear from the movie for quite a while, I want to quickly ask, since three of us saw this movie, one of you can help me with this little game I like to call what is his job? Because I'm very unclear on what Eric Stoltz's role
I
is
assume
in this movie.
producer?
Kind of, but
Or
is
you
he
mean in the
also
movie?
professor in the
I think-
movie? And also like,
I think it's like his show. Like he is the creative.
but was
mind
he
behind
also
it.
the
Or, like-
professor at SC? Like, how does he and J-Lo know each other?
through this movie?
No, they definitely knew each other
Or this-
before.
Yeah, I'd assumed they'd worked together.
Yeah.
This seems like it's a recurring nature program.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, at the very least, like she's a documentary director. He's
No,
a
because
documentary
this is like
producer.
her big break. I mean,
Right.
that is a plot point. So we got to keep doing this because this is my big break. He liked the shorts that I made.
Okay.
I think
and-
he's just the money guy.
Eric Stoltz in this, I think, is they're going to research this specific tribe, and he's like the guy who knows about the tribe. So they
Okay,
brought him along.
and they just know each other before for whatever reason.
Yeah, he is a professor. He's a professor, possibly from
Okay.
the SC.
They knew each other before because they used to bone. Like,
yeah, no,
I think
that's what I'm
pretty
trying to
clear.
get at. Is like this movie is glossing over that clearly at some point a student was banging her professor.
Mixing business and pleasure.
They're never very explicit, like they are boning. It's just very implied, like they are boning.
I don't know. That was not a first kiss on the boat.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, Ice Cube
Yeah.
knew from the beginning, so like it seemed like all their history might have been together.
Yeah, Ice Cube he's no Mr. Steal Your Girl. Like he ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna cross no lines. He's got respect for the professor, which means they have to know the professor from back.
Well,
in
it
the day.
seemed like more that him and J-Lo were super tight, and he's like, "Oh, really? Him? Okay, I see what you're doing. Steamy nights in the jungle." And she's like, "No, I don't mix business and pleasure."
'Cause
And I
she
think they're
lies.
making out like the next scene.
Yeah, a couple. I think like within a daytime. Like I'm also unclear like the timeline of this movie, like how many days it takes.
Right.
Well, because they're like, we need to get him to a hospital in like 30 hours.
Yeah.
Right. But
Well,
it's
we're
also just
also-
like we go back upriver. We've got enough fuel to go back. I'm like, wait, so you're only like 50 miles from Manau this whole time?
They're also just like, oh, we just got to get him to like the next village and we'll get him to a hospital. I'm like, I feel like you're pretty deep in the jungle. Like, I don't feel like the next town is going to have like very great emergency
Right, which like
resources.
They might have
Manau is the
helicopters.
only town in the jungle. Like it's got an airport, it's got a stadium left over from the World Cup. I think it's like 200,000 people in the jungle. It's the only city on the Amazon. So I have to imagine if you've only gone 50 miles from it, you can't be, I don't know, it doesn't seem like that's going to be that far from civilization.
I'm pretty sure John Voight knows what he's talking about, though.
Yeah, but then again, the whole time they're looking for this,
You're
like,
right.
Undisturbed
you're right.
tribe.
We're also glossing over a fantastic early Owen Wilson and the PM going out to make out in the woods,
Great scene. Great scene.
which is like
Well, like
it's
it starts
interesting
with a
watching
great
us-
premise. Like
Yeah.
if I can jut in as the sound guy here, there is a certain amount of like taking those kind of stereophonic recording devices to just get
I
like
believe
this
they're
drum.
called spy mics.
Yeah, so he takes the
I
spy
remember
bike
seeing
into the
them
jungle,
advertised on early Nickelodeon commercials.
and you just get the overwhelming like sound of nature that exists in the jungle, and like there is something romantic about that.
I'm glad to hear that the sounds of nature exist in the jungle.
Overwhelming is the non-dickish part of that to pick up on.
Right.
like it is. I chased Anaconda with Torch, which is a movie I am not promoting, but it is a movie that I worked on in Belize, and they snuck it onto Amazon Prime without telling me. Please do not watch it. But it is like overwhelming cricket frog sounds at all times, and it's very frustrating to film in the jungle.
But what's different about when they're making out is they go like, "Stop! Do you hear that?
Nothing.
That's silence."
She tells the sound guy.
I think he really hears the silence.
Yeah, he's trained for it. He picks up silence the way that normal men cannot.
That's the thing, though. I don't know. I don't know, like, because their crew gets picked apart throughout the course of this movie, as you could probably guess if you haven't seen it. It doesn't really feel like anybody's job is important.
No, well, it also seems like no one knows how to do their job.
The only essential person seems to be J-Lo, who I guess is directing it, and Ice Cube because he's the cameraman.
I mean, I agree with that sentiment. Sound is disposable. Like,
Whoa,
no, I'm not really saying that. I'm just saying that I don't really fully believe that Owen Wilson's character was actually like a trained sound guy.
Oh, he is not. I have things to say about this.
The girl from, as much as he was Carrie Warner's boyfriend.
I mean, she probably was in charge of hiring him if she's the production manager, so that makes sense.
That's true. There are several scenes in this movie where Owen Wilson is pointing a boom mic just not where he's supposed to. Like the first scene in the movie within a movie, I believe, is just the professor walking along the boat. And Owen Wilson's just like kind of pivoting his boob, and then he just kind of points it away at some point and just looks at it confused.
Oh, wow.
There's a long tradition of just boobs not being pointed anywhere near where they're supposed to on a film set.
See, that's realism to me, because being somebody who's been asked to just hold a boom mic on a film set and not know what to do, I saw nothing. I was like,
were you asked to do it on a boat in the jungle for money?
No, man, no.
That's disappointing. You should probably hang out with more production managers in a romantic capacity.
Just really sleep your way to the top, Seamus.
I'm going to give it a month or two before I pursue that, just for, because we're still in a quarantine. That's my excuse for this right now.
Yeah.
Great. Now this episode's no longer timeless.
Well, once this is all lifted, we'll all go do an Anaconda movie and get picked apart by John Voight. It'll be great.
Yeah, let's or we'll get Green Inferno'd. There's just like a lot of river things that could happen.
Oh yeah, green. Oh, I'd prefer Anaconda over Green Inferno.
But if we hire a boat in the jungle, like we will have an adventure. You'll be the Ice Cube. I'll be the Owen Wilson.
Gavin or J-Lo or Eric. I want to be Eric Stoltz in this situation.
Seamus is going to be Eric Stoltz.
I
want to be Eric Stoltz.
Like I want to be J-Lo. It'll be great.
You guys.
He'll be the coolest person in the movie for no reason.
Well, I think that's the thing is I want to be Eric Stoltz in this because it's like it's the best in terms of a horror movie. This is the best outcome you could possibly have. The very beginning of the movie, you get kind of taken out of action. You're unconscious the entire movie, and then you wake up at the end.
All the fear.
Yeah, like you wake up at the end and not okay. Like most of your staff's dead. That sucks. But the only two people left are your girlfriend and her best friend, who is Ice Cube. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then you find this hidden tribe that nobody else has found, and you still have your cameraman. So it's perfect.
Also, you saved the day.
Yeah,
that was a moment that I was not expecting.
You just wake up and you are Deus Ex Eric Stoltz.
Right.
Sorry, can we also just acknowledge that the movie ends with them finding the tribe and then just looking at each other and then going, "Okay, let's get the film. Let's go."
Yeah,
like,
they just
multiple people just died.
Just
well, I mean, that is why they're there, and it's like a good what is it, denouement? I'm sure I said that wrong.
No, that sounds right.
Okay.
Double down.
I failed French. Yes, right. But it is just like it's just a collective breath, and it's like a sweet moment. And like I felt the other way. Like I felt casual. Ice Cube comes out and like smiles. He's like, "I'll grab the camera," and everyone's like cheering. It's just like, no, this is still such a big deal because they assumed they would not find this tribe. Yes, a lot of people just got eaten by anacondas, but the whole film, like they're not taking the documentary very seriously. They're hanging out on a boat, and sometimes they're filming. When you're working on something like this, you are always ready to go. It is never a fun experience. You almost never get to hook up with a production manager or professor on the boat.
Okay. Glad.
Because of pumas.
Right. Anyway, just to speak.
No, it's boars.
Yeah. So Owen Wilson and the production managers like hooking up is interrupted by a wild boar and then cemented by John Voight's marksmanship, which he then uses to like kill a monkey in front of everybody. After spending a lot of time making sure we know how cute those monkeys are.
Why? What's your power move?
Yeah, how else would you fucking show off that you're fucking powerful?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm also not the one. I just don't spend much of my time going snake fishing.
Well, there's
which
your
is
problem.
what we're treated to in abundance. Which was that's the first time we get to see the snake too, right?
I'm curious. Yeah.
You do spend a lot of time like jawsing it and not seeing the snake, but not for the
Or actually, no,
reasons.
Mateo's snapped like a twig.
Yeah, we kind of see it when it kills Mateo.
Yeah.
Also, wait,
kind of
just
goes
jump-
around and like, yeah, no, you definitely see it.
Can I jump back to when they kill the killing of Mateo? There's two things from that whole sequence that are they're really fun to me. One is I really appreciate is because they're looking in the boat that was Danny Trejo's at the beginning. Cerrone's getting like, I think it ended up being like the tranquilizer gun or something from the boat. And
Right.
so he's got this big crate,
Oh, and snakeskin.
and Ice Cube finds him, and he's holding his camera. And then the next scene, he's like, help me with this. And they're carrying the crate out. And as he's handing it down, he says, be careful, it's got my camera in there. And I'm just like, thank you. Thank you for including that one line. Because I would have been so fucking pissed if they just didn't explain, like, oh no, I just left the camera on that boat.
I feel like Ice Cube did a lot of ADR in this movie of just like fixing plot holes. That was like a running thing. It felt like. I think they just wanted to pay one person to come
the only
in.
person who was willing to come in and do ADR.
That is also very possible. The other thing is they give up
Yeah.
on Mateo possibly being alive very quickly. And again, I'm pretty
Right.
sure it's his
Yeah.
boat. So they're like, he might be dead.
But anyone could drive the boat.
Anyone. And yeah, I think like immediately they're like, Ice Cube's like, I'm going to go look for him.
He
And
spends
then
like
J-Lo's
5
like,
minutes.
Someone go help him. And then John Voight's like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
And everyone's
gonna
just
pass on
fine
that.
with it. They're just like, all right, well, cool, we'll move on.
Yeah. Well, they have a
They'll
new
let Ice
Jefe
Cube go
now.
by himself. A new
A
Jefe.
new Jefe.
In the wake of this, like everyone's kind of freaked out, and Owen Wilson sees a money opportunity because John Voight's like, "Hey, let's catch some snakes," and Owen Wilson's just like, "You know what? I'm down. Now that we don't have Mateo."
No, Gavin, you know exactly what he said. Wow. He's like, it's like, hey, do you know how much a live anaconda is? It's like $1 million. He goes, well, wow.
Wow.
I can't believe we got Owen Wilson on this podcast.
Thank you.
But yeah, so Owen Wilson's now a traitor, and John Voight's just like creepily staring at J-Lo all the time. And now they've got monkeys that they're dragging in the water to catch snakes.
The creepy J-Lo staring is the thing that, like, the character is already so creepy. We don't need to add another layer of, like, sexual predator. He already sucks. He's already super creepy. Please don't, like, the thirsting, like,
Yeah.
looks that he has for J-Lo
It's-
throughout the whole movie are just, like,
It's a lot.
and then especially because he gives her the look when he's fucking regurgitated by the anaconda.
the wink, like I rewinded. 'cause-
That is what I remember the most. I want to quickly talk about that because I am surprised the anacondas mostly disappeared from the collective conscious. Because watching this movie, I am shocked that the internet is not just flooded with memes of John Voight in any scene in Anaconda. Because the way he leers at J-Lo, the way he jump into the end, gets spit out of that snake and winks,
It's amazing.
it's
It's
good.
the wink. It's the wink.
Yeah.
yeah, that's just wild.
The wink has stayed with me forever. The other thing that's always stuck with me is when he kills Carrie Werder with his legs.
Right. Let's rewind just a little bit real quick to
Okay.
introduce that. So John Voight has taken over the boat. Owen Wilson has failed to really be helpful in any respect and has fallen off the boat and died. I think that's kind of how he goes.
He gets fucking anaconda.
Yeah, but like he just kind of falls off the boat and gets in. Oh no, he's like climbing
No,
back onto the boat.
it wraps him around the post and then it pulls the post off.
Right.
Like, he really gets anaconda.
Like Mateo got like anaconda, but like Owen Wilson gets
With a
really
capital A.
anaconda.
And then we're treated to John Voight pulling power moves on the hunter from Jumanji. I don't know anybody's name except for John Voight and Owen Wilson, Ice Cube, and J-Lo. So,
You got most of them.
and then J-Lo does like we get a close up of her putting on lip liner or lipstick and going to seduce John Voight and cast in all those creepy looks to try and take the boat back.
Oh my god.
Which does not go well at first when Ice Cube tries to sneak in. John Voight's too sneaky. But thankfully, he gets a golf club to the back of the skull, and they have the boat back. But for how long?
And this begins what I think is the best relationship in the whole movie. It's the British guy and Ice Cube.
I would watch like any sort of buddy comedy with those two people.
I remember it being such a bigger part, like so much more of the movie than it actually is. But I
Yeah.
love like their interactions throughout the whole movie. And then just like this one random moment of like being like, all right, you're okay.
Yeah, because most of their time is spent fighting over who gets to play either hip hop or classical music.
Yeah. And then he takes on Ice Cube's bandana at the end.
Oh.
Because he gets to be his generation's Ice Cube.
Well, like no, like it's just like toward when they're hitting their final like, okay, this is it, the waterfall. This is where we're gonna try to take the snake down.
Oh man, his death is pretty great.
It's really great.
He goes out against the character type. Like he goes out actually trying to like doing the right thing and like almost in a way of self-sacrifice.
Yeah, you would really expect him to be like that Owen Wilson role more than anything. I guess he does kind of do that for a while.
Well, and then we're treated to the way Jon Voight gets free. Our PM goes to get a revenge kill by slicing Jon Voight's throat while he's tied up on the boat. And in doing so, manages to not only get upper-handed and murdered for taking too long, gives him a knife, but also allows him to give, like, in his really weird accent, like that great, "Don't look in the eyes of those you're about to kill. They'll stay with you forever.
Yeah.
I would know."
Chekhov's stare is established right now.
Oh,
I
man.
mean, that comes back, right? Like, that's the Anaconda, like, looks at Jon Voight so long before he finally dies. It's just, like, watching the soul leave.
Oh, that's true. It does do that. Basically, like, it's like maybe like 45 minutes of, like, just kind of being like, we're in the jungle. We're in the jungle. Stuff's going to happen. Like, one guy died. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And then it's very much like, it's just 30 minutes of, like, just like for the time, very good snake effects.
I want to talk a lot about that because I was very impressed with the CGI in this movie.
Like, it really
Some of
holds
it's
up.
like from 1999, but like it's great for 1999 and like it's fine for today. Like there's moments where like it's CGI. Well, I just like most movies you see something like this, you still are aware it's CGI. There's still moments.
I mean, I do
So,
feel
like,
like
I've definitely seen recent movies where the CGI is not any better than Anaconda.
No, this is like above sci-fi original for sure. But
Well,
it's
I'm not even. I'm comparing it to like the actual.
Oh, see,
releases
in
of
my
things.
mind, this is the movie I think that inspired sci-fi original movies. This is good. But then you had like
Oh,
this,
for
Lake
sure.
Definitely.
Placid, was
Well, in the
Dante's
next decade, you got like 50 snake movies produced by sci-fi. I remember watching
Exactly.
Boa versus Python as a kid.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, there's
yeah.
Python. There's Boa. There's at least 4 Boa movies. There's Boa versus Python. Don't remember a thing about any of them, but I'm pretty certain I've watched all of them.
There's Anaconda, which was like the next thing recommended for me by Amazon after this movie.
We will talk about Anaconda.
My question is
We will do it later.
Why doesn't Sci-Fi Channel have this streaming service that's just its original movies? Because I would watch
my
them.
God.
I would sign up for that.
That would get me through quarantine.
So easy.
I would just wake up 40 steak movies later, enriched, ready to talk about steaks with strangers.
half of them are just like, it's that episode of Twilight Zone that you thought could have stood as its own movie, and this is the proof that you were wrong.
That's a good tagline for sci-fi.
Well, let's just rush through the rest of the deaths real quick. We're approaching the hour mark. This movie is spelt 80 minutes, and I feel like
we need to make the podcast longer than the movie. I guess.
Yeah,
I mean,
we also have to like talk about every jungle movie and every snake movie and any related experiences we might have.
Yeah, welcome to our spin-off series. I don't know, Jon Voight.
He gets tranquilizered.
Yeah,
by Eric Stoltz, who wakes up after the British guy dies.
Oh, right, because well, just to get real quick to that too. Ice Cube's taught how to drive the boat, like we explained earlier, and then almost immediately runs it aground. And they have to proceed to jump back into the water and tie the winches to try and free the boat, which everyone knows is the best idea they've got, but it's just like, oh man, how many people are we going to lose right here?
Yeah. We'd have to go back in the water. Well, we don't have a choice.
And, that goes as you
Which,
think.
if you're playing the Anaconda drinking game, is where you drink.
When they go back in the water?
They're back in the
Every
water.
time someone begrudgingly has to get in the water.
Yeah.
One of the thousands of ways you could die in the jungle.
Right. So the Anaconda's chasing them, and we proceed to see the hunter from Jumanji climb a waterfall.
Sorry, can you just say it again, please?
Jumanji.
But I like the way you just said it. Jumanji.
It's not Jumanji?
Jumanji.
And proceed to get chased up a waterfall by a snake, then swan dive. You think he's gonna I don't know, I thought he was gonna hit the pavement hard, but no. He gets midair Anaconda'd.
It's so good. He
And-
gets
and then it-
double condoed.
Yeah, he
No, but
gets
then it
like,
starts to
he-
wrap him up.
full
and
conded.
Fucking the tree breaks.
Oh, it's
Right.
so great.
It's very good.
and chaos raining Anaconda death upon the boat.
It was a warrior's death.
Exactly. Like that's like I
Yeah.
said. Like he starts out as such like a snobby asshole,
Yeah.
and it's very
But
slowly.
man,
like,
he
pretty much the second shit hits the
earns-
fan, he stops being an asshole. Actually,
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. That is one of my favorite monster movie deaths. That's like right up there with like Reign of Fire, where Matthew McConaughey just runs into a dragon.
Yeah. Also, like they've done the math. There's no way he could jump that far.
Well, and it's also like one of the most obvious versions of like this snake is exactly as fast as this movie needs it to be in any given moment. Because sometimes that snake is so fast and sometimes it is so slow. There's the moment later when J-Lo's running away from the snake before Ice Cube nails it with a pickaxe to the ground.
He sure does.
Oh yeah.
J-Lo is just like consistently running from snake vision, then like stopping and looking around for a while and then running again. And then she like climbs up the smokestack, and sometimes the snake is bolted to the ground, sometimes it's not. But
That scene does seem a lot longer than it could be.
yeah,
No, it's just like, oh, it's loose, and like things keep loosening to
I just
give the idea that the snake's gonna get closer to its prey, and like,
but it
just
stays
doesn't-
like
doesn't make any
exactly
sense.
5 feet from her at all
yeah.
times.
I was also just never convinced that pickaxe could hold that snake. That
No.
snake is
No.
shown to be
Well, it's-
very strong.
Well, it's also chained down to something, right?
Yeah, I think he like chains
Like-
it up.
Okay, yeah. No, it's all very complicated and like just
Also-
excellent choreography and geography all around.
Just to set
Okay.
that up too, like we, as we described John Voight getting tranquilizered, and then as he is like dumped into the water, we hear another great Ice Cube ADR of, "Oh no, the dart fell out."
It's
just like, oh, man,
ADR
We're gonna get some John Voight in this movie again. And sure enough, we do. He like hits them both over the head with something while they're trying to be sneaky looking for fuel. And then they wake up being doused in monkey blood. And then he proceeds to tell them they're surrounded by human bone dust, which I think he says the snake poops out bone dust.
So I just assume he took the time to grind it up.
I was
Because
very confused
fuck
by
it.
that like aside.
Oh, see, I think this is kind of like what Joe Exotic was saying about Carol Baskin killing her husband. Was they were like, he's like, everybody thinks that she fed it to the tiger, but he's like, yeah, it would show up in the poop. That it would digest it all. So there's no way you could prove it.
Wise words.
Yeah. Anacondas and Joe Exotic. I'm sure he's got one or two.
I bet if you look it up, Joe Exotic was in some sort of Anaconda movie. I'm sure it
Yeah.
comes full circle.
I'm sure if he ever gets released from jail, he
Yeah,
will
that's an easy
star in
sell.
an Anaconda.
So where are we at? Is the Anaconda dead yet?
No, the
Or does more
Anaconda's
wacky stuff
giving
happen?
them the double hug.
Double Conda.
John Voight swings in on a rope to drop to drop the snake trap, which quickly goes wrong. We're treated
It was such a good plan.
Yeah. We're treated to ladder Voight as he's climbing up really fast. The snake knocks down the ladder, and then we get this wonderful inside the snake shot as it's
Oh,
eating
yes.
John Voight.
That's one of the notes I wrote down. Just like, this is excellent inside snake point of view.
Yeah, is delightful. And
Then
then
It'd
we
be very
get,
fun for John Voight to film that.
yeah.
Oh, I think this movie was a blast to film all the way through.
I'd say probably everyone in this movie is having a great time. Maybe not
Yeah.
J-Lo.
Maybe not. There are a lot of questionable. There are a lot of like see-through shirts
Yeah,
that J-Lo has to wear.
she
through
has
this
to get in
movie.
the water a lot more than anybody else, it feels like, when like everyone else has to jump into the lake and then get out, and she's just like seems to more often than not just be walking through water.
Well, even before this is a movie where like you were introduced to J-Lo and you could definitely see like most of the shape of her breast before she ever says a single word.
Yeah.
There's a knock on the door and then she puts on a jacket and then there's a conversation.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But anyways, John Voight.
yeah, John Voight now is being puked up in front of J-Lo. He gives his final wink, and then we proceeded to watch Ice Cube and J-Lo be chased around by the snake. But almost immediately, Ice Cube's like, "The snake's going for you!" And then the snake only chases J-Lo for the rest of the movie, while Ice Cube just hammers it with a pickaxe and like proceeds to throw things at like in its way. but he also finds fuel.
Throwaway lines. And, yeah, he does.
Yeah, see, this is the thing is this was a very final boss moment,
Yeah,
but it was a very video game movie scene.
yeah,
Because it's very much like you
Oh,
are
yeah.
J-Lo, and so you got to like do all these things, but all your areas are being unlocked by Ice Cube, who is then yelling instructions on like how to defeat it.
yeah.
It'd be a very fun co-op mission.
Absolutely.
We're finally treated to like a kind of disappointing, I would say. Ice Cube blows up the snake.
Yes.
J-Lo escapes at the last minute, but also takes a really long time to get to that last minute. And then it's like, wow, now we've got a flaming snake. I wonder if that snake's just going to be on fire. And oh boy, it is. They're being chased around by a flaming snake.
Oh, yeah.
It now is more powerful.
That thing is great. I love the
nightmare of closeted Midwest children everywhere.
there's basically a moment where the classic moment in a monster movie where the hand just comes out of the ground, but instead it's a snake through a pier.
Right.
And I remember reading in the trivia for Anaconda, what is it? During the filming of one scene, the controls for the animatronic Anaconda shorted out, causing it to completely lose control, and they kept some of the footage in the movie. Fairly certain it's this sequence, because the head just pops out and then just looks back and forth and like screams for like 5 seconds.
There's some pretty
When
wild.
it's clearly able to kill everyone at any moment,
Yeah.
unless the machine shorts out.
And now what I like here is also it bursts out and it's on fire and you're like, holy shit. And then Ice Cube out of nowhere's it with an axe, which I'd like to say was there in the establishing shot of the pier, but it is
Mhm.
still very like there's no shot of him picking it up or anything, to the point that it's such an out of nowhere thing that even the Wikipedia page for Anaconda specifically says somehow Danny slams a splitting axe into the snake's head, finally killing it. It literally had to add somehow. It's so out of there. That is the Wikipedia page for this movie. Does not believe that he did it.
Yeah.
See, that did not bother me.
No.
Because I was
no, it
so
didn't bo- it
excited
didn't
by
bother-
the smashing.
It didn't bother me at all. It was more just something I picked up when I was reading the Wikipedia page for it. I was like, I feel it's very unnecessary that they needed to just be like, I don't know, somehow he fucking kills it with an axe.
Right.
And I also love, if anyone would love to remind me of the, what does Ice Cube say when he hits the Anaconda with the axe? Does anyone remember?
I don't know what.
Oh, he just says, bitch.
Oh,
And it's the best.
yes.
It is the best moment of the movie.
And then they limp back to the boat. Eric Stoltz is now alive and well. And he goes, "What did I miss? You look terrible." And everyone laughs. And then they float
and
along.
High fives and the frame freezes.
Yeah. And then they realize they're being stared at by the tribe that they were looking for all along. John Voight didn't lie. He just also
What a-
wanted a snake.
It's
He
a
just
complicated man.
misunderstood.
Yeah, he's
There-
got
there's a-
complicated needs. It's a complicated character.
They just didn't understand the boat Amazon ecosystem trade off. He's gonna catch a snake. You're gonna get your people. Just chill.
Yeah. Everybody's a winner.
He's
It's a
also
win-win.
he's also just gonna be responsible for the deaths of like at least 2/3 of your crew. But it's okay because you still got your camera guy, and he's
Yeah,
there ready to film after all of that drama.
That's just part of documentary work. I mean, now J-Lo
Yeah.
has to direct and do sound, which is against union rules. But
I'm gonna say I don't even think they have the sound.
There's no
equipment
union in
anymore.
the jungle.
I'm surprised if
There's
they
no
one. I want to
union
know
in the
one thing. How do
jungle.
they have a power outlet to charge this camera?
oh, so
Well, it's
that's
fuel. It's like a generator, I'm sure.
another thing is like
Oh yes.
this that camera they're using is an Aton. It's a great camera, but it is film, and we never see raw stock in this movie. I don't know how much footage they brought along on that boat. I guess you could fit a lot, but yeah,
This is Mateo's
It's
boat. we're
pretty
talking about.
wild.
Yeah, Mateo has a pretty spacious boat. A lot of
it's
free space.
true. And like that's they keep throwing bodies off to make room for more raw stock. So I guess it's all good.
Oh yeah. By the end of the movie, there's plenty of space on the boat. John Voight really decimated that fuck boat.
Yeah, the raw stock was actually what they were using to try to pull the boat out of the rocks.
It was the winch.
Yeah, it was
It just
Just
rolled up
rolls of film tied together.
rolls of film using the.
Yeah, they were
Cool.
filming that whole time. He was just reeling it in.
It's what they used to start the fire at the end.
They float off into the sunset, cracking jokes and high
Just
on
having a
life.
grand old time on their Amazon adventure.
Talking
Yeah.
about the South Side.
So, those of you who'd seen this movie before, did it live up to your memories of it?
Yes. I love
Would you
that.
say? I guess we'll go ahead and get into our review section. Was it still good? Was it better as a memory, or is this something none of us should ever speak of again? Seamus, go.
I actually thought, like, I mean, it was a great memory to me. Like I said, like the the standout things were like the John Voight week after he gets regurgitated by an anaconda, and like just generally enjoying Ice Cube in this movie. I was like very excited when I rewatched it. I was like, oh fuck, this is good. This is a good film. This is fun. So I would say it helped. Phew.
You would say still good is what that sneeze
I would
means.
still say I would say still good, but like more than held up. It was actually it was better than I remembered it being.
Okay. Sage?
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna double down on that. This isn't a movie that I had like a lot of fond memories of. I just remembered, oh, it existed, it was fun, and I want to like specify, good is not a measure of quality. It is a measure of enjoyment. At least right now in this moment, and I reserve the right to change that on future podcasts. This movie was better than I expected it to be, and I think this is out of everything that we've recorded so far, this is my first still good.
Wow. And this was a movie that I thought I had memory of, but apparently had never seen before. But I'm gonna go ahead and say I had a really good time. That criteria will always be the most important thing to me, is how good of a time I have watching whatever. And yeah, I'm still good. Yeah, this was a fun movie. Yeah, I've got nothing really bad to say about it. It was a great time. The effects were definitely a little cheesy, but like they fit the tone of the movie. And if nothing else, almost added to it. I'm not a huge fan of like the sci-fi original stuff because the effects kind of take me out in like a negative way. But these effects were way more charming than I've seen in a lot of those lower budget films, I would say.
Well, it's also just it's only like an hour and 15 minutes. It's kind
Right.
of just
It's
like
the
such a
perfect amount of time for this movie.
exactly like it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's fun the whole and it's just such a quick watch. It's just like it's a low investment for a really good payoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one time I paused this movie, there was like 10 minutes left, and I was very surprised. I mean, I guess there's only so much you could do when the Anaconda has been revealed, and there's like 3 crew left. But
Yeah.
it's a weird space to be in, because there are monster movies that I think are better that I like less.
Well, and it's again like it is that criteria of like a monster movie, there's different ways it can succeed. But like no matter what, you want to have a good time. Even if it's going to be a scary movie, it's got to be like a fun scary movie. There's very few movies that just succeed on being disgusting or like not a good time. And this movie just excels like full force into being a good time.
It's never fully a horror movie. It's never fully an action movie. It's never really anything. It's just kind of a good time. Just it's a bunch of little bits of different genres you like,
Yeah.
and then it's fun.
It works as a John Voight centered romance movie. It just works any way you want it to work. Gavin and Seamus, how does this compare to other Snake movies you may or may not have seen recently?
I don't think I've seen very many big snake movies.
You,
Like in
you
my
didn't watch another Snake movie recently?
Oh, I did. I just watched a little bit of Anaconda. I can't. I mean, it Anaconda by comparison is like the sweeted version of this movie almost so far in the few minutes I've watched. Like it's not the same ballpark.
Well, I think also like the sequels to this movie are like a good majority of I would say snake movies or Snakes on a Plane, which honestly I would have the opposite review. I think I enjoyed it when I saw it, and it doesn't hold up.
I haven't rewatched it, but I remember
haven't
having a good
rewatched
time.
it, but
I caught it on
Yeah.
TV like a year or two ago, and it was just like, yeah, that was a movie that happened.
ooh, was that?
it
Did you
never
watch the super fun edited version for TV?
no, it was like on like HBO or something.
Oh, okay. So you didn't get like the
I didn't get
what is
the-
the line?
yeah,
The
I-
Monday to Friday snakes on this the
Yes.
monkey feather plane.
Yes, this is what happens when you trust a stranger in the Alps. That one.
Yes.
I can't really think I can't really think of any like giant snake movies I've really seen that I have any lasting memory of that aren't.
Well, there's 2 more Anaconda movies.
Yeah, no, I don't even think I've seen the other Anacondas.
I definitely saw the sequel, but I don't remember anything about it other than there was a pit of anacondas at some point, because it's Anacondas. And they
Right.
almost try to make it like an aliens war movie.
I mean, as they should. Like this
Yeah.
definitely shares so much with Jaws, where I would say like this was the kind of Jaws remake that to Deep Blue Sea's Jurassic Park remake.
Deep Blue Sea. See, that's what you really got to that's what you really got to recommend right there. Is you need to do a good double feature of Anaconda and Deep Blue Sea. Very complimentary films.
Just to jump
I
out
mean,
before Seamus claims it, because even though it feels like he already did, that was going to be my suggestion of the movie to watch.
Damn it.
Yeah, I mean that would
That
have been
was
a
my
much
recommendation. Back the fuck
follow up
off.
than Torch.
Sage self-promoting that movie he doesn't want us to watch.
Another thing we do on this podcast is talk about reboots. Is this a movie that like you could see being made today?
We're reviving a canceled undercover police program from the 80s.
Oh, it's not a remake, it's a reboot.
You see, the guys in charge of this stuff lack creativity.
What the fuck is a reboot?
So all they do now is recycle shit from the past.
We're working on less of a shriekwell and more of a scream-make.
Expect us all not to notice.
I like it. Another!
This is being rebooted.
What?
This is being rebooted. This is
Sorry,
being
what?
Correct. Yeah.
This got announced like recently.
Yeah. Sony announced it this year. It is being
this
made.
is all news. Okay. Have they casted? Have they like attached? behind
Tommy Wiseau is in the John Voight role.
God damn it.
No, I think I mean I didn't read the actual release, but I just saw that they have a script.
Can you imagine hanging out in the jungle? Because they did film this like outside of Manao on Rio Negro.
I assumed most of this was on
But
stage.
you could imagine hanging out in the jungle for 6 weeks with Tommy Wiseau. Yeah, no, I'm sure a lot of like the boat stuff's on.
And there's
stage
some
or,
moments
like,
that are, it's very 90s overlit in certain respects, like especially compared to the way movies look now.
Yeah.
Nighttime is as bright as daytime. It's just like blue, like that kind of thing.
The river scenes were filmed near Manao, and the rest was filmed at the Los Angeles Arboretum.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I assumed some of the river stuff was filmed on a stage. Interesting.
I'm sure some of it. I mean, that's a one sentence description of the filming process. I'm sure it's pretty reductive.
So Sony's producing, but who would you see as a fun person to direct this, and who, would take on the certain archetypical roles as established by the 1990s Anaconda?
Right off the bat, I'd have to look up the name, but the guy that did Crawl, which is my favorite movie of this type. Crawl's probably my favorite movie of last year.
Crawl is
it's
delightful.
So good.
I haven't seen it.
And it's
no, I'm watching it tonight.
I mean, the thing I want to say about that movie is like it's as tense as possible when you don't see the crocodiles, and then when the crocodiles are on screen, it's just the most fun you could have. You're like, oh no, stay away from those crocodiles. They're going to kill you. And then all of a sudden it's like, get them, crocodiles, get them. Yeah.
It's a real good time. Yeah.
It's a fun ride. And for sure, I would cast as the cameraman O'Shea Jackson Jr.
Yeah, really? Why not?
I could see that working.
If you're rebooting any movie with Ice Cube, get the person who played Ice Cube in Straight Outta Compton, who's also his son.
And a good actor in his own right.
Also, the director for Crawl, just to butcher the pronunciation of his name, is Alexander Aha.
Ah.
Aha.
Wow.
I'm sure he's got enough of that, and I regret making that joke.
I set you up to fail, so thank you for playing along.
If I had to cast a dream director for this movie yells Sam Raimi at me. Like, I would love to see Sam Raimi take it
Who
on.
produced Crawl.
Really?
So yeah, he's very directly tied to that movie and to that director. Yeah, no, 100% agree. That would be great for being any part of this movie. Would be a blast.
I just want Sam Raimi to make more horror, which I think he is doing something on
I think
Quibi,
he's doing
but
he's
we'll see
doing
if
like
I ever...
I think he's doing a TV show. What the
Okay.
hell what is Quibi, by the way?
Well, glad you asked. A Quibi is a set amount of time, about 8 minutes long, by which to measure time.
It's a quick bite of entertainment delivered to your phone that you can watch vertical or horizontal.
Jesus Christ. That's what's scaring me the most when I see
This
like the
sounds
commercials for that. It's just like
Terrible.
they show something in 916 or widescreen and it's just like
I'm-
I've got the center of it cropped. I'm like, I don't know about this.
It is intriguing. Like, I mean, I want them to hire me, so I'm not trying to shit on them. But like, that is a
I'm intrigued
frightening.
by everything about Quibi.
It is a frightening direction, but it is also a really interesting challenge.
But it's only on your phone?
I believe it's only on your phone.
I mean, that's certainly the intended use. I'm sure you could do it on like tablets and stuff.
Yeah, they have a bunch of amazing people like involved in it and like a lot of money behind them, but it feels like a gamble, and I'm not sure about the
Yeah.
overall direction of entertainment that they're pushing for is something that like I would worry could dilute some of the things that I think is really beautiful about this age that we're in and like the quality of content we're able to deliver.
Well,
So
there's a couple things about Quibi. The first is once they release it for a while, the creators get their own property, and that's why they're able to attract all the talent they do, which is nothing to scoff at. Like
yeah, that's
all these
really
shows
cool.
coming out on Apple Plus and Netflix really have nothing on like the talent that Quibi is getting. It's insane. And like it's supposed to release this month. It might have already released in April.
Yeah, I've been meaning to do that free trial. See this
Yeah,
through.
okay, so it's started
Oh yeah,
there.
let's do reboot time.
Quibi is kind of supposed to be on the go. Like you could even see from all the commercials that it's like people watching it on the metro, while they're waiting for a bus or anything. And
Oh,
like
poor
this is
timing
a
to
time where
launch.
people are not doing that. Like I have the availability to binge an entire season right now and the focus and attention to watch like The Irishman or other longer movies that a lot of people have put off. I've got no desire to watch just things in 8-minute segments.
Honestly, I still haven't found myself with the time or energy to watch The Irishman, said as an Irishman with ties to
Honestly,
family.
for those of you that enjoyed Anaconda, The Irishman's a really good follow-up too.
Wait, Seamus. I'm gonna let you choose whether to share any of this or not, but you haven't seen The Irishman?
Yeah, I have not seen The
Okay.
Irishman. Because there's overlap with my dad, my grandpa. My grandpa was in the Irish mob, and was very tied into what this story is talking about. So, but then also the guy who wrote it was a liar. So
Right, which has been established. Like even Scorsese has owned up to that. He just said he just doesn't. It's still a fun story, but I could understand that being kind of a
Yeah, I'm always personally fine with like based on a true story is just lying as much as they want, but I guess this is the first instance where there's been any sort of personal relationship with anyone I know. So I guess I can see it from the other side.
right. But to bring it back to the casting really quick, who would you see in the J-Lo role? I mean, she just starred in Hustlers and was great. So
Ana de Armas.
who's that?
Constance Wu. No, Ana de Armas. Yeah, that'd be perfect.
She's the
Ana de
girl.
Armas is
The girl
yeah.
in Knives Out. She was the girl, the virtual girlfriend, and
it's already
Blade
from
Runner.
somewhere in South America, according to that movie.
Yes, is actually South American. She's in Knock Knock. And
Okay.
she's dating Ben Affleck.
Oh.
She's Cuban.
Did J-Lo also date Ben Affleck? Is that why you brought that up?
Yeah,
Well, there you
Ah,
go.
All right.
that was actually unintended. It was
I
just
cast Mark Antony as the captain.
Oh God.
Well, honestly, I just cast Jordi Mola as the captain because that's who. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that because it's got a J and a double L, so I'm sure it's like pronounced 19 different ways in different Spanish types. Who plays John Voight?
See, that's where I'm at, because I feel like today we would cast just like an actual like Paraguayan or Argentinian actor to be that, or maybe like
Right.
a Javier, like you maybe get like Javier,
Like a Javier Bardem or like Pedro Pascal.
yeah, or like
The
Pedro
Mandalorian.
Pascal. But the thing is,
Yeah.
I think no, in the spirit of the movie, you need to go with like the whitest actor possible doing the bad accent. Like it's just that's the role.
So
That's
here's
the role.
Here's two I want to toss out. I think Michael Caine would be a really fun, like the British host.
Okay, yeah.
He'd be like, a little bit older, but I think you could really play that up. And seeing him like actually take the swing with the golf club could be really fun. And then Andy Serkis would be a really fun John Voight role. Just thinking about
Ooh.
how he was in when he's
Yes.
played like a muscular bad guy, he's been delightful. And he
is-
can be
he's-
totally terrifying.
Okay,
I love
you know,
that.
He would be
I would
really
like
fun.
that. You know who I'd throw out there? Billy Bob Thornton.
Okay.
Because I feel like there's something that's such like country boy about John Voight that makes it, because like especially Midnight Cowboy, and the fact that he's like a super hardcore conservative. There's something about him that makes like just says so like just like good old boy to me, and then that's what makes the character so much funnier to me. So
All right.
in that same sense, I think Billy Bob Thornton would be like the parallel to that.
Feel like I got it here. Benicio del Toro. I
Oh,
feel
he
like
would be
that
really
checks a
fun, too.
lot of the boxes. He'd be perfect for it. I just finished Escape at Dannemora. It's just like any chance Benicio del Toro gets to just be weird as hell, he takes it.
Yeah, he's delightful in Sicario too,
Yeah.
as like
He's
someone
great
who
in
knows
Last
more than he
Jedi.
lets on.
Like he's just great in everything all the time in different ways each time.
I call me crazy, guys. I think I might be just stepping out of the line here. I think it's safe to say he's just a great actor.
All right, cool. Well, let's move on to our recommendations and send this puppy home.
Yeah, if you liked Anaconda, what else? What else would you like?
Well, Deep Blue Sea, as I stated earlier, fucking delightful movie. It's a great Jurassic Park knockoff, but with cancer-curing sharks instead of dinosaurs. Samuel L. Jackson, I don't remember much else about it, but just like the pure joy that I remember upon seeing it. And I came to that one really late.
And you want to talk about a movie with a lot of ADR in it. The entire warehouse that they filmed Deep Blue Sea in had a cricket infestation, and basically every single line of that movie is looped.
Oof.
It shows. I know you're not actually recommending Per Anaconda, neither am I. I do want to quickly say I did a movie with Michael Madsen, and he told me that Per Anaconda is the most fun he's ever had working on a film.
Well, that's nice to
Interesting.
hear.
Yeah, I would not have assumed that.
I think
I
we
mean, this
mentioned
was before Hateful Eight, which I assume wasn't that much fun to film.
Eight-Legged Freaks, I think, is also in the conversation with this.
Yeah,
very,
delightful.
very fun. I would also throw out not quite as much horror or like but Evolution. You guys
I
remember
had a
that
feeling
one?
you were going to go there next. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
also a very fun movie.
I'll throw out two other animal ones. Congo, I think doesn't hold up as I don't know. That'd be a good one to just like does it still hold up? But I remember Congo being really great.
I feel a little slighted by your misuse of the name of the podcast, but we'll let it go.
Oh, sorry. Is it still good? It's not a good movie. This is not a good movie. And I've only seen like half of it, but it was really ridiculous. And just watch the trailer for it. It's called Shakma.
Oh shit! Yeah, Shakma.
Shakma. Shakma.
Okay.
It's a very, very dumb movie about like a monkey that I think he's got rabies or he's the demon.
It's a horror movie about a baboon, right?
Yeah, it's basically they're just like hanging out in a building and this fucking monkey is just fucking going wild and just keeps murdering them.
Yeah, tearing off people's faces and shit.
But like watch the trailer because the thing is it's every like 30 like it's like a minute and a half trailer. But like every like 10 seconds it's just like Shakma.
It's just a guy saying Shakma, or
Yes,
just
I
got
have
guys
not seen the
say- it's just-
movie, but I 100% recommend the trailer.
Yeah, it's just whoever was editing or something just going Shakma.
So Seamus's recommendation is the trailer for Shakma.
Yes.
I second.
I've got two, one of which I know Gavin hates. But if you want movies about just shit going wrong in the jungle, Kong Skull Island is just a giant budget B monster movie, and I think it's fantastic.
I really liked that.
Yeah,
I'm
I think
lukewarm on
most
it.
people do. Yeah, lukewarm. That's fine. And then the other one is a movie that just kind of got pushed over that came out on Netflix last March called Triple Frontier, starring the boyfriends of the Anaconda reboot Ana de Armas. No, it's a lot of great people in this movie. It's from the director of All Is Lost. It's pretty great all around, and no one talks about it. But it's about taking out like a cartel boss and robbing him in South America, and then
that's-
having to cross the entire continent.
That's the one with like Affleck and
Oh yeah, it's
Pascal,
got
right?
Charlie Hunnam and Garrett Hedlund, and oh yeah, Pedro Pascal's in it, and
And is
Oscar
that-
Isaac.
Oscar Isaac. Yeah, that was a good
Yeah.
movie.
What's
Yeah,
it called again?
It's great. Triple Frontier.
Okay.
Yeah,
I totally forgot about that. That was a good movie.
yeah, it's a good
Well,
movie.
Before we actually wrap this up, there's one little bit more of information that I wanted to give, which was that this movie was actually, it didn't win any Oscars, but it was up for 6 Razzies.
Okay. What was? I don't agree with that.
It was up for 6 Razzies, but got kind of swept mostly by The Postman.
Oh, okay, that's fair. This Postman sucked.
The Postman's real bad.
Who was up for what? I just want to know. Like, I
Uh,
want to know. I want to know what part I need to disagree with the Razzie Awards here.
I mean, it
Well, I
was
think
up-
we're all gonna disagree with everyone's take on Anaconda because this is a movie that has a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes and I think a 4.8 on IMDb.
Well, that's just
Yeah.
Everyone
okay.
was sleeping on Anaconda.
Well, then I re-up my Shakma recommendation because that's got a 5 on IMDb. Apparently, it's
man.
better than Anaconda.
Well, so okay, just to throw it
Doubtful.
out there, it was up for Worst Picture against Batman and Robin, which is one of my favorite movies, which I disagree with it being a worst picture.
We'll do an
Speed
episode.
2.
It's on a boat.
Yeah, it was also up for Worst Actor against Val Kilmer, Shaquille
Wait,
O'Neal, and
or-
Steel.
Ice Cube.
For
Jon
John
Voight?
Voight. John Voight.
Oh,
for-
okay.
Oh, that is
I
shameful.
mean- It's shameful, but also that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I can't get too mad at that.
Can't really be mad at that one.
Worst Supporting Actor John Voight was up for different movies, but not for this one. Arnold Schwarzenegger was up for Worst Supporting Actor.
It was a good year for John Voight.
Yeah. It's up for Worst Director, Worst Screenplay.
How much do you think this movie cost?
I don't know.
Don't look it up. Google guess.
1.2
This is a
million.
1999 monster. I'll give you a hint that the CGI for the Anaconda, cost $100,000 per second.
I'm gonna say 75 million.
35 million.
It's in between your two answers. It is 45 million.
Okay. I was gonna also say I feel like all of the money went to John Voight and the Anaconda.
I mean, as it should be.
Yeah.
Where else are you gonna give that money?
Ice Cube.
Owen Wilson at the peak of his career. The star power of Eric Stoltz. Well,
Yeah,
I just wonder
how
because
far into Ice Cube's film career was this? Like, this had to be one of his first roles, right?
Yeah, I guess this is pre his turn in Are We There Yet? So he wasn't the bankable star that we know him as today.
well, no, I mean it's after Friday. It's out after Boys in the Hood. Like he's established, but he's never. Ice Cube's never an actor. He's always Ice Cube, and I don't even mean that as an admonishment of his skills.
Oh, see, I
just
fully
mean that's
believe
how
Ice-
it is.
I fully believe Ice Cube will win an Oscar one day.
I could
Oh,
totally
man.
see that happen.
But it will just be basically, it will
As
be just playing
producer?
Ice
Yeah,
Cube.
he probably does already
Yeah.
have one as a producer that we just don't know about yet.
Well, when he wins it in a couple years for Final Friday or whatever. The IMDb trivia is mostly just like lofty aspirations of people who were considered for the roles. So much as like they tried to get Jack Nicholson for Paul Rose. They're just like, yeah, I don't think that's happening.
Oh man, that would have been good.
They also tried to get Jean Reno, which would have been pretty fun.
Jean Reno
would have
as-
just made
that
sense.
would have been so good. It like I love what John Voight's doing in this. I think it would have been a better movie with
Yeah,
Jean Reno.
and still fun.
I feel like it just would have been. It wouldn't have been as fun. It wouldn't have been as fun. John Voight made it so fun.
Gillian Anderson would have been the production manager. I say would have been because everything just says was considered for, and almost nothing says was auditioned or was in talks. So it's just like a wish list of.
Yeah,
Sean Connery and Tommy Lee Jones turned down the role of Paul Cerrone. Will Smith
man.
was considered for the role of Danny Rich. Will Smith was not going to be
Yeah.
in this movie in 1999.
Man,
Ray Romano was considered for the role of Stephen Gale. There's a lot of ways this movie would be, and I am excited to see how a reboot shakes out. And hopefully, it's not a.
hopefully we can get.
I mean,
Ray
it's weird to
Romano
even
in
think of
there.
Anaconda as a cash grab because, like I said, there's not a lot of cultural cachet behind the property. So, like, give it to someone who wants to do something cool with it.
I mean, I
Maybe
think
it'll
it will. I'm looking forward to it.
I personally don't have anything left to say about Anaconda.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being with us, Seamus, and for introducing me to Anaconda because I hadn't seen it. Yeah.
For reminding me it exists.
Yeah, you know, I'm here to do I'm here to do a service, reconnect people with hidden gems of the industry of the films.
Well, I would consider you an essential service during this time of quarantine.
Yeah, I got a running list of really dumb movies that you should probably check out.
Thank you all for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next one.
All right.
All right.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us again on Is This Still Good? You can find us at StillGoodPod on Instagram or send us a formal complaint to stillgoodpod@gmail.com. We love hearing from you.
Please give us a like or review wherever fine pods are casted. It helps us trick those algorithms.
You can find me across platforms at Hold for Plane.
And I'm at Gavin V. Murray. Join us next time, whenever that may be. Bye.
Can you quickly, since you've got experience with this, can you come up with a drinking game for Anaconda?
I would say I really like to drink anytime they have to go into the water. You have to waterfall. Yeah, you have to waterfall while it's regurgitating John Voight.
Sure.
Just the entirety of that.
I would say a
anytime-
waterfall anytime there's a waterfall.
Seeing how there's like a good 10-minute chunk of the movie that's just framed around a waterfall. That's death. That's death.
We might have different goals.
See, when we come up with the drinking rules, first off, we call them the jaw rules, but when we come up with the drinking jaw rules, we try not to come up with any that would kill someone. Also, I would say drink anytime Ice Cube says bitch, because I think you get like, a handful of those.
You got to drink every time John Voight stares lustily at J-Lo, too, is one I
Well, you
put
would want
forward.
to. It's
Yeah.
I would take a sip every time Ice Cube has an 80-yard line off screen.
Very good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Like
a
I
good
can't
one.
make that a drink. Like you just gotta have a sip at that point.
I would say take a drink every time Mateo is mentioned, and then you waterfall for his death scene.